Hey, what's up guys? Elton here. I'm in the Ville Saint-Laurent sector of Montreal, where I was born and raised, and been living here for the past 42 years of my life. I'm 42 years old. And, well, I had filmed this Pontiac quite a few times actually. And, I mean, now today we are June 25th, the day after La Fête Saint-Jean-Baptiste de Quebec, Quebec's national holiday. And I think it's time to do justice once again on this car. I've been filming this car a few times in its life. I photographed it several times. A lot of you guys have seen this car before. And but this is really the oldest daily driver in the city probably. And not only that, and when I mean daily driver, I mean I've seen this car driven in the winter once even. And it's highly commendable because you'll never see that. By the way, you see that blue hydrant? That's actually for Henri Bourassa metro station, which is near here. This car doesn't have the original color, I don't think, but it's close to the original color. But the funny thing is, I think this guy had to repaint it again, because I could have swore when I took a picture of it, or when I did a video of it a couple of years ago, it was more of an electric modern type of blue. Sometimes I think there's actually two of these driving around the city, or that were driving around, that were identical, you know. And you know, look, you know, if anybody were to ask me, Elton, you know, in the history of cars, who made the best cars? I didn't determine this, you know, right away, but I knew, I think even in my 20s, that it was General Motors. And this Pontiac Parisienne is an example of that. I mean, this is the Rust Belt, which means that, you know, due to our wonderful climatic conditions, these cars, they all rusted out. I mean, there's still a lot of them left, but not being driven every day. I mean, I remember I filmed this thing driving in the winter. That's incredible. And you can do it because, you know, it's not a rare car. But still, she's an oldie. It's old technology, you know? I mean, look how well this thing was greased. Look at all the rust proofing, all the grease that was put all around the taillights and the rocker panels and everything. And by the way, all the striping that was redone, this is not original. This white stripe, which looks really good, but it's not original. But unfortunately, this is actually the worst condition I've seen her. Look, she's got a rust spot here. I don't know how that happened. A little rust here on the door handle. A little disappointing, actually. I mean, it's great to see she's still on the road right there. Oh yeah, look at that, big time, all over here. So unfortunately, she's not increased in value, but I really wonder what is her current mileage. I mean, this car, like I said, has been driven for many years daily in all seasons, but I mean, it's an old man who has it, so therefore there's a good chance that, you know, he doesn't probably drive it every day, and let alone in the winter time. And that's why it's still survived. It's still here, it's still around. Oh, incidentally, oddly enough, there's another 79 Pontiac Parisienne not very far from here actually, closer to Crémazie, and it's a rare color though. It's the only one I've ever seen that's a very light green, like a pastel green. And yeah, that's a daily driver too, but not in the winter. See? So sometimes I'm not big on filming things twice, especially when it comes to old cars. I mean, God knows how many, you know, all this trucking I film. How many heavy trucks do you think I filmed where repeatedly, the same old Kenworths and the same old fucking Peterbilts and all that shit, you know? And there's your modern day Parisienne right there, the Chrysler 300. This model made, you know, 2005 and up. But back in the day, these were the real boats. These were the real big Americans, you know? And it's nice to see. What the fuck is that? Is that old? What is that? Geez, once again, my eyes are deceiving me. How many times do I think I see an old car truck and it's not old, it's not even vintage? Anyway, that's it, guys. You know what, since I'm filming this, I can't believe I didn't think of this time. I'm going to show you something I've never seen, actually. I want to see what this thing looks like underneath. And by the way, I did notice the missing bumper guard, which is fucking strange, because these cars were built tough. And look, there's some touch-up paint here. Let me see here. Ugh. It's fucking clean. You know what one of the worst things about these cars was, though, unfortunately, was the frames. even in those years, even earlier, all the frames on these old cars, they were not strong enough. Some people would say, well, yeah, but it's an old car, so everything's metal. No. That doesn't mean that the frames were made to withstand the corrosion from where we live. You see what I'm saying? That's a difference there. Oh, might as well give you a shot at the inside there, actually. Good old typical blue, light blue. Just like my dad's old 79 Delta, just like Simon's old Delta. Yeah, right on. So that's it, guys. Hope you liked it. And if you have a Pontiac Parisienne like that, say 1977 to 85, 86, 77 to 86. If you have one of those, well, drive it, enjoy it, man. That's what it's there for, you know? I mean, and drive it every day if you can, because again, you only live once and the life is short, man, I tell you. And I think sometimes getting shorter by the day. Bye.